If you're an insurance agency builder or looking to become one, the one question I keep asking is, why do 90% of insurance agents fail in this business? Let's have a conversation about that, and more importantly, what could we do to solve it? Hello, my name is Artaz, and welcome to Insure Your Success, a place where we have real conversations about entrepreneurship. Whether if you're building, leading, or just getting started, this is the right place for you. No fluff, just real stories, real conversations, and real strategies for growth. So let's dive in. Now, today's topic is not just another industry talk. It's based upon my real life experiences as well as the experiences of others. This is a popular topic on why many insurance agents fail in the business. In fact, it's so popular, if you search on Google, you will find that many videos, podcasts, and blogs are done on this very topic. And it's something that's been going on for quite some time, and as an industry, it's something that we need to address. So let's talk about some honest insights and also some practical solutions. Now, it's plenty blame to go around. The agents blame their upline, the uplines are blaming the agents, the managers are blaming the FMOs or the IMOs that they are working with, the IMOs and FMOs are blaming the insurance companies. Everybody is blaming everybody, but truly everybody is playing a part in this. And it's going to take the entire community to come up with a solution to this problem. As insurance agency builders and as insurance agents, we are the foundation of this industry. So what do I mean by that? Without us, there wouldn't be no insurance industry. So let's think about that for a moment. Insurance companies are composed of many different departments. You have the claim department. You have the legal department, you have the compliance department, you have customer support, you have agent support, you have the marketing department. All these departments and more consist of what forms an insurance company. In fact, none of these insurance companies would exist without us. We are the ones that go out and sell the products, making a profit for the insurance companies for them to be able to be in existence, as well as hire people for these various positions. But that's another conversation for another day. In fact, I'll probably do a video on that too. So let's get back to the subject at hand. Why do 90% of insurance agents fail? Now, as an insurance agent and also an insurance agency builder myself, I want to focus on two areas today, and there's many, many more that we could talk about, but I want to focus on two areas today that I have found over my years of being an agent as well as an agency builder, what is the main problem. So today I want to focus on two problems out of many that are causing many insurance agents to fail in this business. Number one, agents feeling undersupported. And number two, agency builders feel that insurance agents just really don't want to go to work. And yes, it's some truth to both of those problems. But let's start off with the first problem, agents feeling undersupported. As an agency builder myself, when I'm interviewing agents and I'm asking them why are they considering to leave the agency that they are working with, the top reason is lack of support and training. That's the most common complaint that I get. Lack of support and training after they were recruited to that organization. Basically, once they got recruited into that organization, then they were told just to watch some videos and they never heard from that upline again. There's often no real mentorship, follow-up, or ongoing training and support. One of the things that I could contribute to my success when I got into this business over 25 years ago, the individual that brought me into this business really took time out to mentor me, to train me, and supported me throughout my career. Without that mentorship or lack of support, this often can make agents feel unwanted or unappreciated, or just to be frankly, feel as though that they were told a lie when they got recruited. Many insurance agencies make a lot of promises to recruit you, but when they get you in, they fail to deliver and keep those promises. That's why as an agent, it is very important that you find out as much information about the agency that you are looking at to work with. Make sure that they are able to give you the tools, the training, and the resources that you think that you would need in order to be successful. So if you are an agent that requires a lot of mentorship, you have to make sure that you get with an individual that can provide you and have the time to give you the mentorship that you need. Many of these big insurance agencies hire what you call recruiters. Their job is only to go out and recruit you, not to train you, not to provide you mentorship, just to get you in the door. So if you're an agent and that's what you're looking for, some hands-on mentorship, consider taking a look at some of the smaller agencies and not some of the bigger agencies that are out there. Now let's take a look at what is the top complaint for the agency builders. And that complaint is agents just don't want to go to work. When I talk to many of my colleagues who are also agency builders like myself, that is their number one complaint. Ortez, these people just don't want to go to work. Agency builders say things like these agents are just not coachable these days. They don't want to commit to a system. They don't want to be accountable. They want everything to be handed to them without doing any work at all, which leads to a lack of commitment on both parties. As an agency builder, you have to set the standards of what type of agents that you are looking for. Don't be so quick to recruit everybody that got a license number. Also, don't be so quick to recruit everybody and throw them against the wall to see who's going to stick. This could often lead you to recruit the wrong people that you are trying to have associated with your agency. The bigger picture is it is critical that agents and agency owners and builders learn how to coexist and work together because the industry needs us. So here are some proposed solutions. To my agency builders out there, stop over-promising and under-delivering. Stop promising these agents things that you know you can't deliver. For example, becoming a six-figure earner overnight. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, but you need to deal with more of the reality. For example, only 25% of people in America make six figures. And yes, six figures is doable in our industry. In fact, you can make $1 million in our industry. In fact, it's unlimited income potential, but you don't get to six figures overnight. So stop promising things that you know that you can't deliver. Next, create a clear structure for onboarding and ongoing training. Remember what I said. The top complaint that agents have that their upline or their agency management does not provide structure and support. So as an agency builder, that is your responsibility to provide structural training and ongoing support. The next thing, make sure that you are accessible, not just doing the recruitment phase. Now, I understand as an agency builder, things could become really hectic and you really have to watch who and where you spend your time at. But every agent that is under your organization deserves some of your time, not just your top producers. Let me give you an example. I remember when I recruited an agent, probably for the first 2 years, this agent did absolutely nothing. But This agent was on every training call. They were at every event that I held. They called me, they asked questions, but every time that agent called me, I gave that agent my attention. Well, something happened after those 2 years. And to be frankly with you, I don't know what happened. That agent had what I might call an epiphany. All of a sudden, that agent went out and started writing a whole bunch of business, which eventually they became my top agent and one of my managers today. Every agent is different. Some you may recruit and instantly see success. Some you may recruit and it may take time for them to have success. But every agent that is underneath your watch, that is assigned to you, deserves some of your time. So make sure that you are accessible. And lastly, foster a collaborative and inclusive environment. Create an environment where people, no matter where they are at on their journey, can come together and collaborate and to share ideas. Don't make it all about you as an agency builder. Allow others to come in to express their opinions and their concerns. Make your agents also feel comfortable that they could come talk to you one-on-one to vent their frustrations. Now for me, I have something what you call a 10-minute vent room. And what is that 10-minute vent room? All my agents know that they could call me and for 10 minutes, they could vent about anything, even if it's about me. Because as an agency owner or an agency builder, you can learn a lot about yourself from other people. Now, I'm not saying that everything what they say about you might be true, but there is some truth to it that can help you to become a better leader. So I do allow a 10-minute vent room. And what I do is I allow the agents to call me and they say, Ortez, I need that 10-minute vent room. And I allow them to vent. And I sit there and I really do listen to their concerns, what they may have. And sometimes I may even agree with what they are saying. Some of the stuff I may disagree with, some of the stuff I agree with, but I do listen attentively to what they have to say. After they use up their 10 minutes venting, then what I do is I take the next few minutes to address those concerns and come up with a solution to the problem. Everybody who's on my team know that we're going to spend more time on the solution and less time on the problem. But make sure that your agents are comfortable with you to vent their frustrations. This can help your agents to feel appreciated, which will often help them to stay in the business. Now next, let me give some proposed solutions to my agents. Number one, you gotta be coachable. If you look to your agency manager as your mentor, you have to be willing to run the play that they tell you to do. You have to be coachable. So no matter what happened in your past experiences, you have to leave all that behind. And when you get with a new organization, new management, you have to be open and willing to be coachable. The next thing, don't carry over the trauma that you have experienced with your previous or previouses organization, if there's such a word as previouses. Just because something happened at your last organization that you were with doesn't mean it's going to happen at the new organization that you're with. If that's the case, you shouldn't have never left the previous organization that you was with at all. You have to be willing to come in the new organization with an open mind, no matter how many years that you have been in the business. You know, often when I recruit agents may tell me, Ortez, I've been in the business 20 years. I've been in the business 25 years. And I'm like, okay, well, newsflash, the industry only rewards you for what you sell. The industry do not reward you for how many years that you've been in the business. If a person comes in this industry and only been in the business 2 years and they are selling good business, and you've been in the business 25 years and you're selling no business or bad business, who you think that the industry is going to reward? So you have to be able to leave all your trauma behind, and you also have to be willing to be open to receive and maybe follow a new system regardless of how many years that you actually been in the business. The next thing is you got to be accountable. Now, accountability is not a bad word, even though society has made it a bad word. You know, society teaches now you could do whatever you want and you don't have to be accountable to nobody. Well, yes, you could do whatever you want, but when you're not accountable to someone, then that often comes with consequences that you might not necessarily want to deal with. Every successful person has some sort of accountability partner or some type of accountability system. You cannot be successful without accountability. No one can. As they say, you are accountable for your actions, and the results of those actions can either be good or bad. And they are often bad when you are not accountable to no one. So you have to be willing to be accountable. Now, this one right here, I see quite often. You have to treat this business like a career and not just some side hobby that you're doing. As my good friend Sam would say, you can't play insurance. You gotta do insurance. You can't treat this like a hobby. You have to treat this business like a career. So what do I mean by that? You have to work this business 40 plus hours a week. It's not something that you can put on and off the shelf when you get ready to. I see so many agents who have an insurance license do this, which leads to that number, 98% of insurance agents fail. 1 minute they doing insurance, next minute they doing something else. And when that don't work, then they come back to insurance. And they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, treating this thing like a hobby instead of a business or a career. So you got to get serious about your business. You have to work 40 plus hours a week, not 40 hours checking emails all day or watching YouTube videos or going to trainings all day. You have to work 40 plus hours a week sitting in front of people, giving presentations and making sales. And lastly, just do the work. It's no shortcuts to success. You can't come into this business and overnight it's going to make all your money problems go away. You have to do the work like everybody else who's been successful in this business. So just go to work. In closing, this business can work. I have seen it and lived it firsthand. And like many insurance agents and agency builders, I have had my share of challenges. I often say I have made every mistake in this business, and I know it is nothing but the grace of God that I am still here. But those challenges have taught me a lot and has made me the successful insurance agency owner that I am today. But in order for us to turn around this statistic that 90% of insurance agents fail, it's going to take mutual respect, clear expectations, and a willing to work toward a common goal. Let's stop with the blame game and start building on solutions together. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, comment, and share with other insurance agents and agency builders. Until then, I'll see you next time on Insure Your Success.